What's up, guys? Welcome to Pod and Play Season 3 here on Nerds Gone Rogue. Remember to subscribe to youtube.com/ngrradio and ngrradio.com. Ed's joining me, and we're playing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Yes.
2014's best platformer. No, but seriously, this game came to the Switch, and I think everybody was happy that this game got a second chance because of, not to be mean to the Wii U, but it was kind of relegated to the Wii U, and Super Mario 3D World I think everybody was looking forward to, and like people just kind of, oh, it's another Donkey Kong game. So and it's already outsold the amount of copies it sold on the Wii U. So
yes,
on the Switch. Ed, how do you feel about Donkey Kong?
I love this game. And just for everybody, reference, I'm playing the Wii U version. Corey's playing the Switch version. I thought this game is just like beautiful. Retro once again knocked it out the park, and it's still challenging as ever.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, it does some really interesting things with levels, like the silhouette levels, and just like it doesn't hold back. Even at the beginning, like most Nintendo games are like, oh, it's fun, like. I gotta remember the buttons. Here we go. Okay, yeah, and like, where's my grab button? There it is. And it doesn't really. It's hard, like right from the beginning,
Exactly.
Oh, man, and the art style is really good too. Oh my gosh, I forgot Diddy had the jetpack.
Take it.
But yeah, Donkey Kong's a great game. If you have a Wii U or a Switch, you should probably be playing this game. It's so much fun.
It's one of those games that when you look at it, and I always do this with retro games, I'm just like, how are they doing this graphically? Like, how did you get in this game to just the detail that's in the background, and there we go. Just like the detail in the backgrounds, and with so much going on, you kind of figure like, man,
like there's so much environmental, like, I don't really know. There's a lot of things going on in the environment, even though you're not like in that part of the environment.
Yeah.
Like the trees blowing in the background, or like, like the pirate. Like right now, people watching me are I'm on a pirate ship, and like just the ship moving in the background, and like all the stuff happening with the. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's so. Let's give this some background. So, Donkey Kong Country, started out on the Super Nintendo, and it had 3 games. Then it came to N64 that Rare made, and it has the Donkey Kong rap that's kind of popular with a lot of people.
And they redid. Well, they did a version of a rap for ukulele to like pay homage to that.
Yes. Donkey Kong, of course, it came out for the Nintendo, and there's so many versions of that. He even has a Donkey Kong Jr. even has a math game.
Oh, jeez. Donkey Kong Jr. math was so bad.
Yes.
I remember when I played Donkey Kong Jr. for the first time, I was like, what is this? Like, what is this nonsense?
And because I'm so into math, I was here for it.
Oh, what a strange game that was.
Yeah, it was. And then there was I think Donkey Kong 3 is when uh Donkey Kong kind of oh dang it. Uh hmm,
This game is really hard to play and talk at the same time. I don't know why we
right.
picked this game to play. Do this.
Uh,
Uh,
Donkey Kong had one where I guess Mario or some kind of player was using bug spray to get him up into a beehive. I think that's Donkey Kong 3. And that came out to that was like kind of the last NES game that I played. And then you have Donkey Kong Racing, or Diddy Kong Racing, I should say, that a lot of people love.
Diddy Kong raise egg.
But then after that, uh, we have Tropical Freeze. Not Tropical Freeze. We had Donkey Kong Country on Wii, and then Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on Wii U and Switch. And also, if anyone who's interested, Donkey Kong Arcade Archives is available. So if you guys are wanting to get some old school Donkey Kong game, and that game is available to buy.
I heard that emulation is really weird. Like, I forget what show I was listening to this week, but like somebody was talking about the Donkey Kong arcade game, and they were like talking about how like the music is off, and like the sound effects that Mario makes when he's jumping are off. Like, I just heard that was like a really weird version of that game, because like they had like this really weird, like, the reason why it's never really been fully released before is like Donkey Kong was developed by Nintendo, but in arcades it wasn't published by Nintendo. And there's like this really weird thing that they couldn't get around, and like all the sound effects are different. Like the game they released on Switch is the same, like like mechanically and whatever, but the sounds and some of the music and everything is different than the original arcade game.
Because of the emulation, probably.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it was like this weird thing that, like, oh.
Yeah. Also, Donkey Kong had a cartoon.
Oh, jeez.
So
is that what we're calling that hot mess of a thing?
Yes, we are. We're going to call it a cartoon. I enjoyed it. It was something that I will watch on Sundays before I go to church and stuff.
Oh man, dude, you can see like the fur on Donkey Kong. It's amazing. This game looks so good. Oh, I get to go see Funky Kong. Funky Kong.
Yes, got a DK, which is more bananas. So yeah, in most of the Donkey Kong games, you collect Kong or you get puzzle pieces here on Tropical Freeze, and sometimes you back in the old games you will find like special animals and stuff. Also, the Donkey Kong Country for Wii is also on 3DS. I forgot to mention that. But this is pure platform. And what pure platforming is that you get one chance sometimes for some challenges, or if you miss it and mess up, you have to go back and do it all over.
Yeah, and there's not really any combat in this game. I mean, there is, like, you have to avoid enemies and stuff, but there's no, like, punching or anything. It's more just, like, avoiding enemies for the most part, you know?
Yes.
And, like, you can, like, jump on guys and throw them or whatever, but, like... But, you know, it's more like... Oh, I found a secret thing. Nice. Nice. I found a secret banana room.
Nice. Yeah, so... And for those who have listened to Arsenal X, I talked about Super Lucky's Tale and kind of talked about why that platforming doesn't work for that game. Oh.
Because it was a VR game that was remastered for Xbox One.
What, Super Lucky's Tale?
Yeah.
I thought it was a brand new game for
I
Microsoft.
I thought it was that VR game that came out, and Microsoft just published a non-VR version of it.
Not that I know of.
Oh well, okay, then I'm wrong. That's not that's not uncommon that I'm wrong. Man. All right.
There we go.
All right, now I got Cranky Kong. Woo! Man, my voice is like...
Yeah, so this compared to the Mario games is that Mario has more of a safety net when it comes to its platform. Meaning that there's ways to kind of get around a lot of their challenges, whether it be through a power up or finding a warp pipe and stuff. You know, you get to the end of the level the best way that you can.
I don't like Cranky Kong. I don't understand how it works.
That's how I got now too.
Yeah. But yeah, like you were saying, like Donkey Kong has always been like, it's. Why can't I just grab this guy? I'm always confused why I can't grab certain people. Oh, that's okay. Why can I not grab the rope? It's fine. But Donkey Kong's always been like a more challenging platformer, I would say.
Yeah.
Like just in terms of, oh my gosh, why can't I grab this rope? Ed, why can't I grab the rope?
You have to hit the triggers.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, there we go.
Are you hearing?
I got it. It was just missing, apparently. Yeah, banana. Woo! I did it.
Yes. Oh no, I didn't want to do that.
Oh yeah, this was like the cool part where like you can go some of the stuff like kind of like in Rayman. When oh yeah, that's I think Cranky Kong can jump on spikes, I think.
Yeah, he can.
Okay. Okay. That's why you need Cranky Kong.
Yeah, so yeah, Super Lucky's Tale doesn't have that polish when it comes to platforming. And Nintendo has always been good about their platforming. And you kind of could spot it. Oh crap! On why Donkey Kong is hard and Mario is difficult. I mean, no, Donkey Kong is hard, yeah, and Mario is easy. I'm sorry about that, everybody.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call Mario easy.
For a lot of his games, they're kind of easy. If you get into the 3D Marios, it does become difficult. That I will agree. I'll say. Because like when you're playing Super, if you ever played Super Mario Sunshine, and you got to do some of the 3D levels, that's like kind of N64 inspired. You have to rely on your skills because you don't have the jetpack being your safety. And Donkey Kong, it's like you better go with the flow and time this right. or you're going to be doing a lot of this level over, or be ready to see a lot of game over screens. So, and oh crud! Hit the Y, but I keep thinking it's got to be LZ or LR to pick them up and throw them. Now, what difference this between platforming games like Mega Man and even Shovel Knight, into that sense, is that those kind of games have like weapons, and Donkey Kong really don't have a weapon, like you mentioned, Corey, to punch. Most of
Donkey
his
Kong 64, and then, well, playing that multiplayer, and Donkey Kong has a bazooka, and Diddy Kong has those little peanut missiles.
Yeah. Dang it.
That was funny.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm focusing on trying to talk, but this game has just got me captured.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This game's amazing, but this was a bad decision to play this game and talk at the same time. Because like platformers, I've decided are like, even when we did Super Mario 3D World last season, like doing. Oh man, yeah. Not a great decision to be doing platformers. Let's just put it that way. But let's I want to, and I know this comes out way after we record this or whatever, but like I kind of want to talk about, not just Donkey Kong, but like I want to talk about Nintendo in 2019 or 2018 in general, like because I think they're having I think a lot of people are like, well, where's my Zelda, where's my Mario this year, and I think that Nintendo's having an amazing year. Almost, I would say, besides like Zelda, like this year in terms of games is better than last year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and I know like you liked Mario Odyssey a lot more than I did, which a lot of people did. I'm not trying to say that game. I mean, that game wasn't bad or anything. I'm just saying like.
You just wasn't feeling it. That's all.
And I've kind of had the itch to go back to that game and give it another shot because of like, oh my gosh, minecart level.
Well.
I died.
Oh wow.
But I think there's a lot of Nintendo games coming out this year, like, and not just from Nintendo, but from third parties as well.
Yes.
Like, spoilers, we're recording this at the end of June. Octopath Traveler, Wolfenstein. Like, Wolfenstein looks freaking amazing on Switch, man. Like, it really does. I mean,
yes.
If you're going to play it on your TV, get it for, like, PS4 or Xbox One. But, like, if you, like, having that game available for, like, travel and just playing it on the go is, like, really something amazing. Like, I turned it on a little bit this morning to see how it looked, and I cannot believe how good that game looks.
Dude, when they were showing the trailers of it, like from E3, I was just like, "Oh my goodness, this looks good!" Like I was more entertained that how the frame rate was kind of steady, and like the lighting and graphics. I'm just like, this might not look picture perfect, but I'm all in because it runs buttery smooth. And yeah, there may be some hiccups, but I'm just like, I do not deny that Panic Button got this porting thing on Switch locked.
Yeah, and like, by the time this comes out, we'll probably know what their next project is, because I'm sure there'll be like another direct out by now.
Yes.
But, I really think, I think their next project's going to be Youngblood, to be honest with you. Because they already have this engine ported or whatever.
Oh, it just makes sense.
It's amazing. That's the most amazing thing I just saw. Donkey Kong falling in the minecart is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Well, for Nintendo, like, I think ever since Celeste came out, and even though that came out on a whole bunch of different platforms, I really think they just been having good on indies. Um, People laughed at Nintendo Labo, but so many people were interested in getting it, and then you just see us. You still seeing people still making some interesting things from Ariana Grande did No Tears Left to Cry from her album, like with Jimmy Fallon and the Roots. Their mugs, they oh crap, you know they use Nintendo Labo on it. I'm just like, this sounds good. Oh crap. I'm like, this sounds good. And you know, they Nintendo just continue to innovate and bring out great products. Hyrule Warriors. That kind of did good for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people got back into playing that game. Donkey Kong Country, we just even got, by the time you guys see this, Hollow Knight did 250,000 copies in 2 weeks. For a game that's $15?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's good for them.
And like, not to mention that, but like, even this, what does the L and R stuff do? But like, even at E3, like, announcing that Fortnite is available today, like the biggest game in the world right now is available now.
Yes.
Which is like, it's so awesome to see stuff like that coming to Switch, and it doesn't need Doom or Wolfenstein, but the fact that we have those games too is just, I don't know. I think the Switch is like a really special platform for a lot of reasons, and we're getting Monster Hunter and Capcom. Like, I know they said they're thinking about more cloud stuff, but they've also said that they're making more like normal stuff for Switch, which is pretty exciting. And
they said that Switch might get its own version of Monster Hunter,
I know,
like a brand new one,
which is like more exciting to me than like Monster Hunter Generations, because like that I the reason why I didn't really. I think I liked World a lot, but I just don't have the time to sit in front of my TV for 5, 6, 7 hours at a time. Especially now, like by the time this comes out, I'll have a kid, and it's like I just don't have that type of time. And if I can like pop on my Switch, work through something for like 15 or 20 minutes at a time, and then put it back to sleep, like that makes Monster Hunter 100 times more appealing to me,
Yes.
And like, if we're gonna get our own Monster Hunter, I think that's awesome. Jeez, how many hits does this seal take?
By the time you guys see this, we will have. Oh crap! They didn't let me pick another person. We have Dead Cells, Okami, and just other indie and big AAA games. On Switch.
We'll have Mario Party by then.
Yes.
What else will we have by then? We'll have probably getting close to Pokemon. This year's a big year for Nintendo, even though like there's no Mario Zelda, but we got Smash, we have Mario Party, we have Pokemon. 2 of their other biggest franchises are coming out this year. It's not like, everybody forgets, like Bayonetta 1 and 2 came out earlier this year. What was March's game this year? I forget what March's game was.
Goodness, I don't. I got Kirby, I think.
Oh yeah, Kirby, and then April was
Labo.
Labo, but there was something else that came out in April too. But I think it was third party. But anyways, like we're getting the point is like Switch is getting the support from third parties and stuff. And Nintendo's been good on that. Every 6 weeks a new Nintendo game comes out, whether it's a port of a Wii U game or a new title. Like, And then they're supporting their games. Like Splatoon just got the Octo expansion this year. ARMS is continuing to get those Crash support, like the Crash events. Speaking of Crash is out now. Like Sonic Mania Plus is out.
Heck, everybody been, like even the Mega Man collection did good.
I know. I think it did better on. I think it. I haven't really looked at the sales of Mega Man Legacy Collection, but is it doing well on Switch?
Yeah, everybody who's been playing it and stuff played it on Switch. And people who are planning to get X and X2, they're getting it on Switch. Like,
yeah. I wonder, and that reminds me, Mega Man X is coming out this year too. Or Mega Man 11, not Mega Man X, Mega Man 11 in October. There's, not to mention this, like, we're getting continued support of the sports games that came out last year.
Yeah.
Except for wrestling, but I don't think that game sold well in general.
A lot of people weren't mad at Nintendo. They were more mad at
2K.
At 2K.
Yeah.
They were just like, you really didn't try this game. And they feel like if they do bring that wrestling game to Switch, they were just like, give it the panic button. Give it to somebody who's going to be able to get the game running in a state that's more acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would rather just like, I mean, I'm not a wrestling fan, so like I really don't care, But I think everybody wants that Fire Pro Wrestling to come to Switch.
Oh yeah, everybody's been saying they want that just to come to America.
Oh man, I died again. The seal boss is no joke.
There we go.
But I think Nintendo's year this year, besides Zelda and Mario, like I think this year is stronger than last year, to be perfectly honest with you.
I like the rest of my year for when it comes to having games, it's gonna be on Switch. Like besides Battlefield 5 and Spider-Man, that's pretty much, I think,
Tomb Raider. Don't forget Tomb Raider.
Oh, shout out to Tomb Raider, of course, yes. I'm sorry, everybody. My apologies. Like that literally is like actually when I get paid again, I'm thinking of going to just GameStop and just pre-ordering the game, or go to Target and just like I need to do a pre-order on this game and just straight pay it off.
Yeah. I think this year is going to be I think Pokemon and Smash are going to help because they want to ship 20 million units this year.
Yeah.
And like with Smash, I think with Smash and Fortnite and Pokemon all coming to Switch this year, I think that's definitely going to happen. I think they might have shipping issues again because those games are so popular. And I know like a lot of people know that that's not really a quote-unquote real Pokemon game. But I think the people that were into... I think this is the game that most people who were into Pokemon when they were young, like me, and kind of like fell out of it because it just got too time-consuming and a lot of like... I mean, Pokemon's a long game. It's a time-consuming game, especially if you want to experience like the whole game with like the breeding and the battling and clearly collecting them all is a very big time commitment. Now with over 800 monsters, like I think Pokemon Go that simplifies the formula. I think this is a game. I think this game's going to do way better than a lot of people think it is.
Oh yeah,
especially with the Pokemon Go integration. Like, I really think so.
Yeah, I'm getting Eevee, but no, I'm probably going to end up picking up both versions.
Yeah,
if
what are you
I
talking
can.
about? You're going to get it everywhere it comes out. You're gonna, what are you talking about? You're getting both. Shut up.
That is true.
What are you talking about?
So I mean, it's I can't help it. That's just me. But yeah, I just beat the sale, so Yeah, but like Switch this holiday season, it's just gonna be like most of games that I'm getting for it. It's going to be digital, of course, because a lot of indie games and stuff. But there's going to be physical games. Like if we're still waiting on that Shovel Knight announcement, if for King of Cards, if that's going to have a physical version, Xenoblade Chronicles DLC is getting a physical version.
Yeah, which is insane because like I was so confused. I was like, is this DLC for the first game or is this a standalone? Like that season pass still isn't finished. Like is this? So that is the expansion. They're just giving it a physical release.
Yes.
Probably smart.
And the box art looks like I have to get it because I'm just like, well, I got the physical for and I need to have the physical for the expansion because the box art is amazing.
And it's Xenoblade.
Oh, yeah, which I need to finish.
I know. I gotta get back to that. My time though is going to be running out real soon.
Very limited at this point.
Which is part of the reason why we're recording this in June. This season and releasing it at the end of the year. Not that like we don't want to play the amazing games that are coming out, but like it's going to give us time and it's going to give us prep time for season 4 and like we won't be able to record 5, 6, 7 episodes in a row. We're going to have to do like one every couple weeks.
Right.
I mean, that's the nature of children, I guess, until they can take care of themselves.
Or the
throw her out to the wolves and see if she survives. That's how that works, right?
I usually say the blessings of grandparents. Who's gonna take her this weekend?
Sana just gave me the stink eye. She just looked at me like, no.
But yeah. But yeah, it's Switch this holiday season, and we still are waiting on announcements. We're still waiting for probably more ports. We're still waiting for surprise games.
I mean, as of this recording, like we know that Panic Button's working on something, and that they said they're gonna announce something within the next month. I think they wanted to get Wolfenstein out the door, so by then we'll know what their next project is. Now, will it come out this year? I don't know. Probably not. But like, their next project's really exciting, and we know it's for Switch.
Right.
I think they've found themselves in a really good position.
Yeah, like yeah, because like Luminous is out and remix, and
did you get
people
Luminous?
Are playing. No, I didn't. I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting for Octopath and Toad to drop. Plus I had to pay some bills.
Yeah, that's probably.
But smart. Once those, yeah, but once I get my next check, because it's gonna be a little bit bigger. Once I get those two, I'm gonna download Luminous, unless it got a physical version. Because I don't. I hope it did.
I don't think it has one yet. I think they said there was one coming, but I'm not sure. Like.
Yeah, because if I kind of want to wait, because if there is a physical version that's coming out, I want to get that. Blade Strangers. Oh yeah, that fighting game. Yeah. I gotta get some of their fighting games.
That's amazing.
Oh my!
That's amazing that game is coming out like the week before SNK.
Yeah, and which I have to get both of them. They both look good. And then I think the Blast Blue that's out on Switch. I need to get that too. Because like even Samurai Showdown 5 is out by the time you guys see this. Oh my goodness, Two Crude Dudes is coming to Switch.
What?
It was an arcade beat 'em up game.
Is it like Bad Dudes?
In a sense, yes.
Oh jeez, I was kidding, but no, nobody needs Bad Dudes. The only person that likes Bad Dudes right now is Jesse.
Unruly Heroes, Galaxy Variant S. That got a delay. Cat Quest 2. And shout out to the guys at Nerds Gone Platinum, Jason, Jeff, and Moose. They mentioned Cat Quest, and I'm just like, Cat Quest? Why? And it felt like I've never heard that game. But
it's coming to Switch, right? That's
yeah, they announced that
copy, right? That was one of the games that they announced was getting a physical copy.
I think so, yeah.
Which is amazing. Did you listen to their interview? They interviewed the developer from Cat Quest. It was pretty good. They also did someone who's developing a game specifically for the Vita. It was really good. But Vita, why? But, it was just funny that like somebody's developing a game specifically for the Vita because it's the Vita.
Yeah.
As someone who does not run the Nintendo team, I do not care about the Vita. Just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, it's a decent system. It has its problems, like most consoles and handhelds have.
Except for the Switch. Switch is perfect. Just kidding. It's not perfect, but it's still a good time.
Sure, it has most wanted stuff on it. With Switch being a hit, and we'll probably talk about this on like expansion pack. Is that for a system that when people talk about like realistic graphics and stuff like there, and they get asked in interviews about will this game come to Switch, and they were just like, well, we haven't explored that yet. And that happens in almost every interview nowadays with a game. It kind of tells the developers, but we don't care on how big your graphics are. Can you just put this game on Switch I kind of want to ask them, do they want to see like the money pile up or something? Just like people will want to play your game on Switch. And I think they fear, well, I don't know if this is true or not. I think they fear that they want to do better sales on other systems, but probably would be surprised that what the heck? They'll probably be surprised if they sell more copies on Switch than PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I think the way, like, I don't know, it's weird because like even with something like the Vita, you see like install base doesn't always mean sales, right?
Right.
I mean, look at God of War, one of the highest rated games of the year, right? Which there's an episode of God of War up or going up. I don't remember what the order of the episodes are right now, but like one of the most highest rated games of the year, and there's what 80 million PS4s at this point.
Yeah.
Like, and it's sold what 4 million?
5 million.
Yeah, 5 million. So that's like, I mean, you look at Switch, which has what maybe like 17, 18 million units as of this recording right now. You see Mario and Zelda eclipse the 10 million unit mark, like. That's that. I know we're talking about indies, but install base doesn't always mean sales.
Right.
So.
And then like Reggie's talking about like pretty much Breath of the Wild is still a big seller in Canada.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, well, I think Zelda's just that game's gonna sell that game has the unique opportunity to sell as long as the system is out because people are still buying. Like it helps that game was a killer app when the system came out, and like it has so much high praise and everything. It's in a unique position where that game will probably sell until the next Zelda game comes out. And You know, that's probably normally pretty true on most Nintendo games. Like, they just sell regardless of when they come out because people buy the system and then they buy the Nintendo games for it. But, like,
Yeah.
I think Zelda's in a unique position where it'll just sell forever until the next Zelda game comes out. And, like, maybe even after that, because people are like, oh, well, this new Zelda game's awesome. What was that game that came before it? Oh. You know, people are always looking for, like, the Zelda games, no matter. Like, people are still looking for Wind Waker on Wii U or, like, the GameCube version. Or, you know, people are still trying to find that collector's disc for the GameCube. Like, people... Dang it. People are still looking for Zelda, you know? People look for Nintendo games. People are still looking for Donkey Kong Country Returns on Wii. Even though it's available...
Yeah.
Even though it's available on... 3DS, it's like easily available other places, but people want to own Nintendo games. It's
Correct.
like it's so weird that in this, you know, seemingly all digital future we're moving towards, like, Nintendo is the one company that everybody wants to keep the physical stuff because, you know, growing up, we collected Nintendo games. Like, that was just the thing. And, you know, I think Nintendo's a big reason why physical media still exists today, you know?
Yes.
Across all platforms, not just Nintendo, but across all platforms, is because people want to own, like, our generation grew up owning stuff, you know? We didn't have iTunes accounts. We didn't have, you know, easy ways to download stuff or, you know, have stuff digitally because the technology wasn't there. And so, like, moving into this all digital future, Nintendo's the one company that kind of kept physical releases alive. And it's just been really fun to watch and see all these indie games getting physical releases. And
The power of the cartridge is it's amazing on how it still holds up to this day. Because definitely when we moved to CD media, and now we share CD and digital, and now back to cartridge. It was just that cartridge was just so easy to pop in, load in, and be ready to go. And when we had to worry about, you know, a lot of technology not getting the CD stuff down pat, and somehow yet Nintendo GameCube, even being on a mini disc, it would load, and it kind of was just like you would get excited about it because of the square dropping down and you hear that noise. Like, it felt so good that a big game could fit on a little small CD, and you didn't really have to worry about it like being scratched or anything. Where like Xbox and PlayStation, you kind of had to worry about their systems wasn't perfect to handle CD. Where now Switch is just like, you know, we got back to cartridge, and everybody's just like, is this game getting a physical release?
Well,
and just like you said, being a collector.
I mean, Nintendo's never really left the cartridge game though, because like 3DS and DS have always had.
Yes.
Like in Game Boy Advance, even when, you know, Nintendo moved to discs for their home consoles, like Nintendo never really abandoned the cartridge. You know, their handhelds have always had stuff, which, you know, today there's a couple interesting things that came out today where like Nintendo is looking into a successor for the 3DS, and oh my gosh, this part is killing me. Like, literally, just I've died like 3 or 4 times at this part. You know, and that was really an interesting thing considering the success of the Switch and everything. Which, you know, the more I think about it, like, I was playing my Switch on TV last night, looking at, you know, I was playing N++ and Donkey Kong and Wolfenstein last night, and it was like, you know, I see why Nintendo's marketing this as a console that you can take with you, you know, instead of a handheld, because like, it's very difficult to fit a Switch in your pocket. Like, people still want that, you know, 3DS phone mentality of like, hey, this is something I can just shove in my pocket and pull out. And you know, I think we're going to see the return of the Game Boy brand because so many people are so nostalgic for things. And, you know, I think that would be the smartest thing for them to do right now, especially with like them kind of, I don't know if you saw the, what's happening right now. Oh, okay. I don't know if you saw all the stuff that came out. What, yesterday? 2 days ago, as of this recording. But like, somebody had reissued like N64 and GameCube like trademarks and
the trademark,
the classics for GameCube, and I like a lot of that kind of points to the GameCube adapter for the Switch, and you know, the for Smash, the GameCube adapter and controllers for Smash, I think. But you know, Nintendo's thinking about GameCubes because they've registered GameCube Classic and Nintendo 64 Classic as trademarks. So like, I think we're gonna get one of those. But like, the one that would most interest me would be like a Game Boy Pocket sized Game Boy Classic with like 30 Game Boy games on there, and just be like, it'd be like Pokemon, probably Gold and Silver because it has Red and Blue in it also. You know, Link to the Past, or Link's Awakening, like it Metroid 2, like it has all the things that you would kind of want from that. Like, it makes sense. Oh, I got the Rhino. Oh, this is awesome. I'm riding a Rhino. It just, man, this game, the attention to detail in this game is just... I really like this game, man. But you know, I think nostalgia is kind of almost at an all-time high right now with things.
Yeah. And that's not a dig to Sony, to me, or Microsoft.
No, I'm not trying to dig anybody. I'm just saying.
It's just.
Like, I'm just saying, like, Nintendo fans, because we're in a unique position where we grew up with this medium and has seen it like kind of grow and watched as it kind of evolved and kind of, you know, we've seen all the hits and misses of things and experiments. Yes. And like, you know, we're in a unique position where that first kind of, I don't know if we would call ourselves the first generation of gaming, but like the first generation of like, this is when gaming like became a relevant thing in life, like with Atari and the NES. Like, oh no, I die a lot in this game. This game is a death trap, and I know we're hitting that hour mark with this game, but you know, I think that this game, or I think that this our generation is like, you know, around our ages when nostalgia kind of really hits, and like you go from like almost what's new right now to like, oh, I miss the stuff that was old, you know, and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I think, you know, especially with the N64, like the NES Classic and the SNES Classic are perfect examples, and you know, we're hitting that point where the 90s are becoming the nostalgic piece of what people want, you know, and you know, people that were born in the 90s want N64 and GameCube stuff, and you know, we kind of want it too, because we're, you know, what's happening here? Oh, okay, there we go. I couldn't figure out what to do. It was interesting. Oh no, I died by volcano. So yeah, I think Nintendo has what it takes to, like, it's weird that Nintendo has advanced gaming in so many ways, and like still kind of, I don't want to say holding it back, but you know, with the physical based media is kind of like prolonging that digital only future that everybody seems to want.
Well, it's kind of telling that, and you know, this probably be the last part of the conversation. It's kind of telling that, you know, yes, we do find it digital to be helpful, but if the fans the people who are going to be buying these games and supporting them are saying that they're ready to pay the physical price, that $40, they're going to do it. So just like you said, prolonging the digital media, I don't think if they are, I don't even think a lot of the first party developers or even third party is ready to go all physical. It'll be good for some of them, but they were just like, you know, a lot of people like, well, I have to worry about your licensing still being available on that system, because if you lose the license and you got to take the game down, if I delete it, I can't get Black Game back.
It's like the PT thing.
Yes,
Is like the prime example of why people are like, oh well, this is exactly why I still own physical media.
right.
And you see it on things like Netflix and stuff, and people are like, well, wait till it comes to Netflix, and then you like add it to your queue, and one day it's just gone because like, Netflix contract with that ran out, and it's like, oh well, where do I stream it now? Physical, as I think there's still a bunch of hurdles for digital. Like, some people are saying like in the next 10 or 15 years we'll be all digital, and I'm like, maybe, but I still am not sure. Like, I still think there's going to be that crowd that always wants digital,
Right.
And if the game is not like a first party game, even if it is, like, look at Alan Wake, if you don't own that disc, you can't buy that game. Look at all the Marvel stuff. Like, look at Deadpool, look at Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Like, Activision no longer owns those licenses, so like, you cannot buy those games.
I say if you own maybe the first print of Quantum Break, you could get the digital version of Alan Wake. But
That's
if you want literally, because dude, I'm thinking this game is going to be gone at GameStop, and I ended up buying it.
I think Alan Wake is still kind of hard to find. I think Alan Wake got even harder to find when they made that announcement. Not that like, everybody wants Alan Wake, but I think people want it because there's literally no other way to play it now unless you have the disc or got it digitally in the first place. And if you delete it, you're screwed.
Pretty much.
I know it's tied to your account, and you can go to Microsoft.com and like hit the download button, but you cannot find it. You cannot find it in the store, like on the digital store. Like, there's not even a product page up because you can't because of all the things in that game. So I don't know. I still think that game will get re-released at some point, but like at this point, you don't know. So I don't know. I'm like I said, I've pretty much gone all digital except for Nintendo products, and it's like, and I'm gonna wrap up the episode because we're at that hour mark, but. We're at that point where Nintendo is literally the only reason why I own physical media for games. And it's like my wife and I were talking last night about, I thought about going all digital on the Switch, except for the fact that micro SD cards are not cheap enough yet.
Yes.
And I thought about it, but like, thinking about going all digital on like for Xbox and PlayStation, like, it sucks, but like it doesn't bother me as much. But the thought of like getting rid of all my Nintendo games is just like heartbreaking. So
exactly.
But anyways, we're gonna wrap up this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Pod and Play. Remember, you can find Pod and Play through November 17th every Saturday here on youtube.com/NGRradio and NGRradio.com. Download our family of podcasts. Remember, B-Sides is a podcast as well, although it's been, probably like 4 or 5 months since that went up as a podcast now, so I don't know why I'm reminding everybody. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Download our family of podcasts. Watch our content on our YouTube page and on NGRradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at NGRradio Podcast. Download Nintendo Power Block and follow Power Block on Twitter and Instagram at NGR Power Block. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody.